old friends finally reuniting for the first time in a while. I mean, when the last time you seen the three of us in a video? But anywho, we're giving each other life updates on what's been going on in our lives, what our future plans are. We're also going to be talking about the situation with Boosie suing both Rod Wave and Kodak Black. Not to mention, we're going to be diving in to the whole dating scene and what's up with this can't take nobody on a first date thing. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, whatever you identify as, do you know what time it is?
Urban time.
If you didn't know, this be good tracks. I keep it bumping.
What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Good Tracks coming back at you with another episode of the Urban Time Podcast. And like I said, as promised, I got my two special guests with me. So go ahead and introduce yourselves.
Hey, y'all know what it is. It's your girl LG.
It's your boy 20K.
All right, and before we begin this video, I want to go ahead and just say make sure y'all go check out their YouTube channels. They do music themselves. Actually, by the time this podcast is done, we are actually about to drop a music video. I'm not gonna tell you to what song, but we are dropping a music video. So yeah, make sure y'all go check out their channels and make sure y'all go hit up their social media links. LG is actually posting a lot more on Spotify now. But yeah, make sure y'all go check them out. Let's go ahead and get into this. How y'all feeling today?
I feel pretty good. Like, I've been chilling. Like, I woke up and I was like, I knew we were going to be doing the podcast. And we got a little music video for the people. So it's like, I'm in a really good mood. Like, I'm hanging out with y'all. Like, the good vibes are here.
Right. I'm just chilling, relaxing, doing my own thing, you know what I'm saying? Just vibing out with the rest of y'all, you know what I'm saying?
All right, so first thing I want to ask y'all, because it's been a while.
Mhm.
Give us a little bit of an update on what's going on with y'all.
I mean, I got my new project coming out this Friday, No Face, No Case, you know what I'm saying? So, it's going to be dropping this Friday on all platforms. I want y'all just to go out there and listen to it on Apple, Spotify, and whatever y'all actually listen to, you know what I'm saying?
All right, on my end, I've been working on a collaborative album with an artist from Illinois named Arson. We don't have a name, but it's going to be coming out by the end of this year, hopefully. So that's something that we've been looking forward to. And we've been dropping singles pretty, consistently. So there's always new music around. So, I'm out on all streaming services as well. So listen to it. Support your girl. Do what you got to do.
Well, obviously, as a lot of y'all know, I am supposed to be dropping. He is a little delayed. There's actually a little bit of a backstory behind. That. So a lot of the songs, I know a lot of y'all remember me promoting a creator by the name of D Wolf Music. Me and her were dating for a while, and we are no longer together. And a lot of those songs, I did had she's actually behind my new tag, that I Love You Good Tracks. So I haven't necessarily fully decided to scrap the project, because there's a few of the songs that I really want to keep and release, but I am going to kind of redo everything, probably cross out a few tracks, because a lot of those songs I did while on the phone with her. So it's like, I don't want to go back and redo them, but at the same time, I kind of feel like, well, I'm already here. I might as well just delete the songs that are about her
Right.
and deal with that. But before I go any further, I just want to say, no hate to D Wolf. You know what I'm saying. Whatever happens, it happens. Best of luck to you. Pray for you, and hopefully, you're on in the future. Maybe we can cross paths again. Maybe we can catch up, make things right. But yeah.
For sure.
All right. So with that being said, now that I've got my life update out of the way, what about y'all? Give us give us a little bit of a life update. How y'all been feeling?
Pretty good. I'm off in college. I live in Orlando, for anybody who wants to know. So I've been doing the little college student thing. And when I first got to Orlando, I was kind of like in my shell. Like, I didn't want to go out because I'm pretty introverted, like a little antisocial, a little standoffish. So it's like, bro, I don't want to be around all these fucking people. I've been out there and the more I've like putting myself out there, I've been having a great time. Like I was at the club the other night. Like I was having the time of my life. But now that I'm back here with the family, I got to chill out a little bit. But really, I've just been like doing my college thing. I've been adulting, paying bills, doing the stuff people don't want to do, but I'm doing it, and I'm actually having a pretty good time while doing it. So I can't complain. Life is doing me good. Life is doing me good.
All right, 20K.
I got my future thing going on. This barbering thing, going to college pretty soon, and everything's been really good. With me, and my girlfriend, pretty much. You know, we want to have a future. Build things up and take things one at a time. But I'm just really nervous about this barbering thing. You know what I'm saying? Because I hope things go good for me, and I might do. I'm gonna still be doing music on the side too. Making that extra money. You know what I'm saying? You gotta make that extra money.
Yeah, make that extra money.
But I'm just hoping, like, maybe she might be the girl for me, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And she support me, I support her. So, we gotta support each other, and she do 50-50, and that's the thing that I'm interested in.
Mhm.
So we hopefully, we make a comparison because March 20th of 2024 is our first year anniversary. So we're gonna see what we're gonna do,
We're gonna see what we're gonna do.
Nice,
Yeah,
nice.
that's nice. That's nice. Okay.
Well, speaking of the music, for anybody that's on my channel that hasn't heard or hasn't heard of y'all or been sleeping under a rock and haven't heard any of the features I've done with y'all, describe yourselves as an artist.
I don't. Okay. All right. This is how I would describe myself. I'm very versatile. Like I feel like I'm getting at a good point where I'm like figuring out what sound I'm going for exactly. Because for a while I was doing everything. I was singing. I was rapping. I was doing lo-fi, doing R&B. I was jumping all over the place, and it was like I didn't have any consistency because it was like I wasn't taking music seriously. But now that I'm taking it more seriously, I found my like style. It's a bit moody, it's a little dark, it's a bit abrasive sometimes, but it's chill at the same time. So it's like I don't know, it's a bit of a paradox if you want to call it that. But I would honestly, if I had to compare myself to maybe one rapper, I'd say like Wi-Fi's Funeral. Like that's who I take a lot of inspiration from. I love his music. I love like the vibe he gives, and the bars are always on like. So it's like that's kind of how I would describe myself. And, I love collaborating with other artists. I should say I'm a very collaborative person. Like I'm more into music when I'm collaborating, whether it's making music with you, or even some of my friends from other states. It's always a good time. I love collaborating, so I'm definitely like a big collaboration person. So yeah.
She be definitely coming through on them features, that's for sure.
Always, if you want a feature out there, y'all, it's only $25. No, I'm playing. It's free. It's free for now. For now.
Me personally, I got a new style I want to do, like more drill music, cause actually I did do a few drill songs, and it's pretty coming through with me, and I think like maybe listen to a lot of Pop Smoke, what give me drill energy, and how he does it, and there's more others out there like Busy Banks and more others, and Chef G, it's more others like 22 Gs and artists like them that has a whole lot of energy when they bring in music. But me personally, like I like getting new features too and stuff like that. But it's kind of hard to find people with new features. You know what I'm saying? Because but I'm be promoting my music and stuff more now. So see if people want to do features and stuff like that. So if they're interested, especially y'all watching this video and y'all do music, make sure y'all hit me up. All right. Y'all got my Instagram, so my Instagram is CityBoyZach. So y'all go ahead, follow me, and y'all want to DM and for a collab or whatever, just hit me up, all right?
Yeah. Well, I'm not gonna go on a limb and say what I am because it is very hard to describe myself. But I will say, according to this one and a few of my fans from the Amino days, I've been described as very, very indie per se.
For sure. For
And I'm slowly starting to see it now. And like right now, while I am doing more so hip hop stuff and pop, I'm all you kind of see that I'm also branching out doing like some R&B, doing some country. I really would like to do excuse me. I would like to do a rock and roll project in the near future or even a lo-fi project. I really want to I want to really want to explore and experiment, get myself out there, like and and like a lot of y'all been seeing with the personas that I've been introducing to the world. I want to get them a lot more solo features and feature them on a lot of my songs, and I still want to improve on some of my stuff too. So yeah, how y'all feel? How y'all feel about the personas though?
I mess with the personas, and also it's like because their personas also come with their own personalities. They come with their own voices, so it adds like a almost like a layer of depth to all your music. Because it's like it's not, of course, you as yourself as just like good tracks, just good tracks. You're versatile as hell. Yes, I would consider your music indie, but I'm not saying it in a bad way. When I say like, oh, your music is indie, you are an independent artist, but you also have this slight like professionalism with your music, and you have this cleanliness with your music where it's just like everything you release is gonna be like top notch. You're never gonna release anything that's like this is mid as fuck. Like I could tell he didn't try on this one. He is always gonna bring it every single time, no doubt about it. That's why it's like when I ask you for a feature, I know it's like the song is gonna become 5 times better because he's on it. Like you can't go wrong. I'm telling you, you can't go wrong with this guy. So it's like I'm excited. I'm excited that you're gonna be using your personas more. I think it's really going to be a fun time for all of us, definitely as listeners, because I'm a big fan. I'm his number one fan. Don't forget it. So it's like it's exciting for me because it's like it's something new from you. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely got more coming soon. But yeah, go
Yeah.
yeah,
ahead.
I agree with that. He do got like a lot of energy when he bring you the music. He has a lot of everything. He did with Milwaukee. He did a lot of crazy stuff. With Milwaukee and doing a lot of features, and the features was actually good though.
Actually good.
Like they was killing it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like so, I was like, yo, this a whole different style, and I was like, I gotta get people somewhere I can find like this. Got a lot of energy and got good features, and it can bring a lot of energy in the music and make your project go even higher. And
Right. Right. Increase the quality. Yeah.
like, sure, you might beat people like Taylor Swift out here on Apple Music. You might be going up here in the future. So you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. For sure. For sure.
yeah. Speaking, it's actually funny that y'all mentioned Milwaukee,
Mm-hmm.
cause I know y'all been looking at my channel for a while, and it's like I know y'all been seeing me dropping like a lot of Milwaukee beats consistently. How'd y'all feel about me experimenting with the whole Milwaukee phase?
I was actually excited because it's something that you took interest in. Like if you were just doing it because you were like, oh, I see it kind of getting popular. Let me just do it to hop on the wave. I'm like, really, bro? But he genuinely likes Milwaukee music and he appreciates their style of music and he appreciates the work that is put into that type of music. And so when he releases Milwaukee beats or when you make Milwaukee songs or you're collaborating with Milwaukee artists, it's like, yeah, I mess with it because of course you're like I said, you're never gonna release anything mid. You're gonna make sure you put 100% into it. And so when I hear it, I'm like, I mess with it. It's a style that personally I had never heard before until you introduced it to me. So it was something new, and I was very excited. And I was like, he's getting into something different, and it's nothing wrong with going out there and experimenting with new things. Definitely if you find yourself interested in it. So I was 100% for it. I was like, I love it. I messed with it. It was 100% good.
For me, like, that's a new style. Like when
Mhm.
certain artists want to do stuff like that, you gotta change the style. You can't just keep doing everything the same. That's how you build your fan base with everything different, everything new. And then they'll be getting into it. They'll be like, okay, this is like something that we never, you know, listened to or heard from you. So it'll build your fan base even higher because you're doing everything new. You're not everything staying the same. Because when people hear stuff staying the same, they were like, oh, it's getting boring.
Right,
And
yeah, let me talk about that.
yeah, so
Mhm.
he bringing that up and he doing something different and new, and you got to keep that going every single time. Like you might find like drill, or you might find like other type of music genres that you might like, and you can do like different styles. And just like he said, he might want to do rock and roll in the future. He gonna do something different, and he bringing up a higher status what he want to do for the future and for his fan base.
Mhm.
So you got to keep that growing, that fan base growing.
Right. You're widening your audience when you do that too, because it's like, yeah.
Yeah, and speaking of growing, the one thing I'm trying to grow right now is my bank account. And I am actually proud to let y'all know that I will be putting beats on the market for BeatStars again. DMs are open if y'all want to purchase some beats from me. Y'all can email me at I am goodtracksproduction at gmail.com. That's I am goodtracksproduction at gmail.com. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get right on back into what we are talking about. So, I don't know if y'all been living under a rock or anything, but Boosie is suing Rod Wave and Kodak Black for essentially stealing a lot of his stuff. And the way I see it, because I've actually heard the song Kodak did that Kodak stole from Boosie. I didn't hear the one Rod Wave did. The way I see it, me personally, I see it as more of, that's just Boosie saying, "Hey, you copyright my shit," you know. So I'm gonna need actually, and I didn't give you permission to actually use it. So I'm gonna need like a little something, a little check for something.
Right.
And it's a lot of people, and it's a lot of people that actually are mad at Boosie for him being like, "Yo, you're stealing my stuff." To which, to play devil's advocate, yes, a lot of these newer artists can be unoriginal and steal from the older generation. Yes,
Of course, of course.
but in a sense, copyright is copyright. You gotta give the man his money either way. If he can give you permission, you gotta give him his money. So what are y'all thoughts on that?
For me, it's almost like us, because it's like, yeah, like the older generation. You can almost say the older generation is like the smaller artist. It's like me being a smaller artist. I make a song, I'm really proud of it, and then I go and look a few months later, and there's this big ass artist taking my music and profiting from it, and you didn't even give me credit. Like, forget the money. It's like the fact you didn't even say like, oh, I was inspired by this, or I took inspiration from this, or I thought this was cool, so I kind of like did my own thing with it. It's that. It's almost like it's disrespectful. It's disrespectful because if I create something, I would hope that you can appreciate it without stealing it. Because at that point, it's becoming like a bit of appropriation. Like, don't do that. It's messed up. And I feel like Boosie is well within his rights to be like, hey, you stole my ish. Like, you're going to have to pay me something. Because it's like, I'm losing out on money from my song because you literally just took it and flipped it and then put it out under your name without even giving me credit. Like, nothing. So it's like, yeah, he's well within his right. And I understand people are like, well, yeah, we take inspiration from the older generation or, smaller artists or whatever the case may be. And that's true. That's true. But it's a difference between taking inspiration from someone and straight up pretty much stealing someone's song. There's a difference.
And the thing was with that, Boosie said in a live he was gonna let Kodak do it, but because he ain't ask, he ain't say nothing. He ain't say nothing to him. He just kind of feels some type of way about it. But what is that?
I mean, like when artists be stealing other people's stuff, like you should like say, you like if you cool with that other artist, you should tell that artist like if it'd be okay if you want to do that, then that artist allow you. But you stealing it, and then you obviously gonna be owing money to that artist because you taking stuff from them and that they had, and that's copywriting. And you know how copywriting is. You can definitely know copyright is really illegal, right? In music, just like YouTube, when you playing music in the background, it's copywriting. So you can't do that. But I don't get why Instagram don't do it when people freestyling in certain beats. But I guess it's not copyright. So, but I really think like Boosie is, he has the right to get his money. You know what I'm saying? Because somebody's copying his music, and that's copywriting. So he owns that music. It's his, so he should get his money. If they ain't gonna pay him his money, then I just
Yeah, one thing too I want to add alongside to all of this, for any artists out there, that want to set that sample or even or try to like take inspiration or like even twist a little bit of the lyrics from a certain artist. Make sure you actually know who it is you're trying to do it from, because some of those artists they will come down and hit you with a huge copyright lawsuit out of nowhere. I know there was a situation where Cisco used the line in Song that "Live it vida loca,"
Mm-hmm.
and they tried to copyright him, and he was like, and they were like, no, I'm cool with the guy. I'm actually cool with the guy that made that song.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, so yeah, But speak. Speaking of which, me and LG, you know, we talk a lot. We talk a lot about music today and what's been going on. It seems like music nowadays has just been going down, down, down below, like falling down, because good artists ain't around. The whole world is upside down. You get the point. Music is on a decline.
For sure.
So what's happening? What's happening to the music game?
Honestly, I wouldn't even say music as a whole has just gotten worse overall. I would just say the mainstream and what's being pushed in our faces, it's definitely going downhill. Because if the formula isn't broken, why fix it? If I can get away with making the same song 30 times and it's gonna chart and I'm gonna make millions and billions of dollars off of it, why would I change it? Now you could say, maybe the artist should have integrity and want to, change it up and give their fans something new and different. But if the fans as a collective aren't, you know, making a big deal about it and they're like, oh, we love it, like keep doing it, then, it's like Lana Del Rey. If you listen to Lana Del Rey, anybody out there, all her music sounds the same. You could try to say, oh no, she has a couple. No, 99% of her discography sounds the same, and you could try to rebuttal with anything you want to, but it's the truth. And I think the mainstream has kind of fallen in this cycle of, like I said, if it's not broken, don't fix it. Let it be. And but don't let the mainstream be the like, oh, music is so bad because this is being pushed. Go listen to underrated artists, listen to underground artists. They're innovative, they're experimenting, they're versatile, and they're trying new things. You just don't see it because you don't take the time to go actually look for it. If you look for it, you'll find it. But if you don't want to look for it or you don't want to put the effort into it, you're never going to find it. And you're going to be one of those people who complain about it. Don't complain about it if you don't want to be out there looking for it. But that's just my opinion on it. How I feel.
Well, certain things with this music stuff now these days is like it's boring and sometimes it don't make sense and a lot of people just now these days people don't even take the time out just to write songs. Like all they do is just make the song, record it, and then put it out. Like they don't
Mm-hmm.
try to like write the songs, so it can have a lyric or not. And it's artists like basically like Lil Pump. He used to make music. It don't even last about like a minute or so. You don't even see he write the songs. He just said like he just freestyle it and put it out. Or 6ix9ine, put it out, freestyle, put it out. That's all they songs sound like a freestyle. They don't get the time like make a chorus like how back in the day they used to make music like Snoop Dogg and Tupac. They write songs. They looking at what their verses are. They rapping it. They recording it at the same exact time, and they never forget what the lyrics or the words are because they wrote the song. But some of y'all freestyling songs and y'all be on stage performing the songs and y'all be playing the music at the same time just to remember what you said.
Right. True. True. True.
Like,
That's true.
It do be a lot of art. It do be a lot of artists that be like that. Which I'm actually glad you brought up the whole how your older in generation they used to write their lyrics,
Mm.
because one of the things that I'm seeing now with music, why I feel like it's dead. Well, for one, there's not a lot of people originally creating their stuff, and they rely on ghostwriters a lot.
Mm.
Like I can get it, if I can get it if you were having somebody ghostwrite your stuff every now and then, but to have it on every single song, my goodness, it's like, why?
Can I ask you something? Do you think Whitney Houston music is good?
Yes,
Every single one of her songs was ghostwritten. Every single one.
say you lying.
I'm so serious. Even her manager, he was like, yeah, she didn't like writing songs. She couldn't write a song to save her life. They would bring her demos, and her manager would sit there for hours and hours, and they would listen to demos. And when she found the demo she liked, and she's like, I want to sing that, she would sing that song. Whitney never wrote. She never wrote. Didn't write a song a day in her life. She couldn't. She struggled. She couldn't do it. So I don't necessarily think you're talentless if you don't write your music, but you should definitely be a part of the process. If you're gonna be there, at least be in it. If you're not gonna write your own songs, be in it. Because a lot of people will have a ghostwriter write their songs and then they just sang it. There's no emotion, there's no connection. Whitney sat there for hours listening to demos until she found a song she connected with. And that's why all her music sounded so good. You can't name a bad Whitney Houston song. You can't. But she never wrote not one of those songs. She didn't help produce them. She just sung it, did the video, put it out, and Grammys. She got Grammys for that. So I'm not saying ghostwriters are bad, in my opinion, but I get that stance. Like it definitely is becoming a problem to where people are getting ghostwriters, but they're disconnected from the music. That's the problem. There's no emotion, there's no connection to the music, and that's why it sounds so bland to all of us. That's why the mainstream is going downhill.
Yeah, yeah, I can actually agree with that. No
Mm-hmm.
lie, I can actually agree with that. Well, switching gears, switching gears. All right, so uh, for a lot of y'all know the dating scene in today's day and age is just haywire. It is all out of whack. So um, my first question that I guess I should ask is kind of a scenario question, and I want to kind of get your thoughts on it. So put yourself in these shoes. You're just now getting into a relationship with someone, and she goes and she drops a bombshell to you and is like, "Hey, I know probably should have told you this before we started dating, but I kind of do spicy stuff. Would you date? Would do you think would would do you think you as a person do you think you can date someone that does any kind of spicy content? Why or why not?
For me, I understand completely if somebody is like, I would never, like, I get it. Everyone has their preferences. If you don't want your person or the person you're with sleeping with people on camera, you have that right. There's thousands, millions of people who don't do that. So you're well in your within your right to not want somebody who does that. But for me personally, I I wouldn't say like, oh no, I wouldn't date them. Like if I really feel like I have a connection with this person, genuine bond, I would. But that's me. I understand people who don't, and I understand the reasons why. But for me, I would. I would. I'm not 100% against it, but I'm also not out there seeking someone who does that. Like, oh yeah, I need to have me a girl that do that spicy content. Like, no, it's not that. It's
Me personally, like, I wouldn't date no girl like that because
not that.
you be at work, you come home, she got the cameras on, and she got a dude and everything in the bed. She cheating on you, and she over here doing content. But as I know, I never said like, having an open relationship. But if you have an open relationship and the girl does spicy content, that's kind of like on you messing it up and you being involved in that kind of stuff because you decided to be with that girl because she does that. But I wouldn't really actually date a girl either that does spicy content because who knows what she be doing when you're not even around her.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows like what she could be doing? Like all she doing to me, she's selling her body on the internet. That's all she doing. Like she just selling her body. She's selling body on the internet like OnlyFans, like sending dudes news and content stuff, and she's like, oh, this right here 25, this right here 60. She's trying to get money. That's all it is. And she said, shoot, my light bill is up and my rent needs to be paid, so I gotta, try to get this money. That's all it is. They just be selling anybody.
Can I say something that's gonna sting? All right. Well, two things. They're both gonna actually sting like a bee. So number one, if I'm in a relationship with you, from top to bottom, whatever I see with my own eyes, that's only exclusive to us.
Yeah.
That in my opinion, I feel like whatever is uh, undone is only exclusive to me. So the fact the fact of the matter is, if you are putting yourself on the internet, titties and vagina all out and shit like that, ass on the gram,
Yeah.
um, you breaking code, you breaking code, because like I feel like, me personally, that should be all exclusive to for my eyes and my eyes only if we're in a relationship. Which brings me to the other thing. If that's how you're gonna be, in my eyes, all I see is someone as all I see is you trying to be an online virtual prostitute, and I can't fuck with that. Like,
But I feel like okay, this is my thing. I hate when people demonize prostitution. Why? Because a lot of people are put into that lifestyle and they're forced upon it as like 13, 14, 15-year olds. Like they don't really have a choice and they kind of grow into it and they think it's normal. And they understand kind of that it's not like it might not be the best, but it's what they do. And I don't think anyone has the like of course like y'all if y'all's like no I would never like that if we're together that's for me like I get that if y'all want that that's okay. I'm not saying that that is wrong. What I'm saying is if somebody wants to do that, what gives me the right to say oh you shouldn't be able to or oh you shouldn't or like oh my god it's so horrible it's so horrible. Like I don't think it's that. And also another thing, it's the same thing with like okay so if you're dating a girl and she's working full time and she's slaving on somebody's job for this big ass corporation and she's making minimum wage and barely is making a living, would you rather your girlfriend have to live that life over something like OnlyFans? Like say they're doing solo OnlyFans. They're doing solo OnlyFans, they masturbate on camera for 10 minutes and they rake in thousands of dollars. Would you rather have your girlfriend slaving and literally in mental depression every day or masturbate on camera for 5 minutes and get a couple thou and be good? That's how I look at it. That's why I'm so like, it is what it is. But I understand, like, if I understand if it's for y'all, it's not for y'all, it's not for y'all. But you gotta also look at the bigger picture.
well, let me ask you a question because you bring up the corporate bring up working for the
Sure
corporations.
did. Sure did.
You bring up working for the
Sure did.
corporations
Cause
and
fuck
all
them.
that, and her being miserable
Mhm.
and working for that corporation because you you know where the
Mhm.
jobs that I've had to work in, and you know where I am right now.
Yeah, yeah, for sure, for sure.
So with that being said, I feel like me personally, I don't think it should have to come down to that. I think us as human beings, if we're in a miserable job, seek we should want to seek somewhere with higher pay instead of having to go in flashing our bodies. If you're going in flashing your body, I just feel like you're just kind of reaching at that point.
Is it really reaching? Because every person is different. Every person is gonna have their limits of what they will and will not do. So if there's a woman or a man, because there's men on OnlyFans, if it's a woman or a man or anybody, whoever, who wants to do OnlyFans because they see it's a quick way to make money, like maybe they just want to do it in the meantime, maybe they're just doing it to pay for college so they can have a better life. Maybe they feel like it's the only way they can do it, and it's not. But maybe in their headspace, it's like this is all I can do right now. Like I don't want to work at McDonald's right now to pay for college. Let me take the easy route. There is nothing wrong with that. I don't think it should be demonized. Like I don't think it should be like this thing where everybody is like, oh my God, like yeah, you should still drive. Keep the kids at home. But I also feel like it shouldn't be like, oh, you're reaching like, oh, like there's better things, like there's better pay and there's better jobs. But let's talk about it. Most jobs that want you to have like, you getting really good pay, they require you to have college degrees. They want you to have 10 years experience in this, that, and the third. And I mean, there's entrepreneurs. You can go out and do other things. You can make it for yourself. You can, but not everybody is one, willing to do that, two, can do that, or three want to do that. Not everybody wants to do that. Some people want to take the easy way out, and I don't think people should be. It's not. I feel like, in my opinion, if you're as long as you're not hurting nobody, I'd rather be on OnlyFans than selling drugs because at least I'm not destroying anybody's life. I'm not destroying anybody's life by doing that. If anything, I'm helping somebody out there.
Hey, I mean, the way I see it, you may not. I mean, the way I see it, you ain't you right. You're not destroying nobody's life, but at the same time, I feel like with the sex industry in general, just is destroying kind of like your mental state in a sense of a way.
I feel like it. Yeah, in a way, but there's okay. The porn industry, that's a whole different thing we can talk about. I'm not really gonna get into that. The porn industry is very messed up. A lot of the girls that you see on, X videos and the hub are under 18. You're watching children. when you go to OnlyFans, you're most likely watching an adult because they make you put your ID in, they make you go through a whole little check through. Like you have to do that stuff. So I feel like honestly, OnlyFans is probably the best thing we have right now when it comes to making safe and legal porn, or corn, since this is going on YouTube. My bad, but
I have a lot of editing to do.
sorry, but it's like right now that's literally the best thing we got. And I'm not gonna say OnlyFans can't be exploited because anything can be exploited by the right and wrong people. It's just the fact that, in my opinion, if that's what you want to do, do it. I have no right to tell you how to live your life, and you don't have any right to tell me how to live mine. Like I said, as long as you're not hurting anybody, then I really can't be like, oh, that is so horrible. Like, stop doing that. Like, no, for me, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that.
20K, your thoughts on all of this?
Personally, I would actually say, like, you on the internet doing all of this, I'm gonna tell you, because I know I seen a video of this before. The girl that was actually doing this actually got arrested because I guess maybe she was underage on OnlyFans and being in front of a live camera or something happened. Yeah, and so basically, y'all dudes that be out there watching some of this, y'all be out here saying, "Oh, you look sexy, you look cool." How the hell would you know this person is about 14 or 15 years old? She can be like our size, and she can be big though. You know what I'm saying? Tall, big, whatever. And you think she's about like 18, and then she about really 15 years old, and y'all out here just like sending her pics and whatever y'all got. You know what I'm saying? Y'all pants and all that, and then she out here getting this, and y'all just out here just being weird and being so violent with these kids out here and these younger girls. And really, y'all parents should be ashamed of yourself for letting y'all little 15-year-old, 16-year-old girls get on the internet and doing all of this. You know what I'm saying? So if y'all really want to protect y'all children from this, let them read a book. Read a book. Watch Alma on TV or Sesame Street or something. Do something. Like
I can honestly say I think a lot of us are glad that most of us grew up with a father figure or a male figure in our lives, and we. But I mean, that don't exclude the fact that we came out with some trauma.
Almost definitely. I mean, I got it pretty good, not gonna lie. But it's some things I look back and I'm like, oh, that did happen, didn't it?
I mean, I mean, not to give any spoilers, but y'all are gonna get a deep dive into how I grew up in the near future.
Mm-hmm. That's a whole. He could write a whole book. Not gonna lie, he could write a whole book. That's a book, right? That's a novel, my nigga.
Hey, you know what? You know what? I probably could, but while we talk about the whole dating scene and everything, so something has been spiraling the internet, and it's this entire list of places a man should not take a woman on a first date. Like I think it's got like Cheesecake Factory, the movies, your place, any like restaurant like Applebee's or anything like that. What are y'all thoughts on this list?
Okay, the person who sat down and made that list, they in their mind, that's for them. They don't want you to take them on Cheesecake Factory. Me personally, if you took me to Cheesecake Factory, we good. Like, Cheesecake Factory is a nice place, and the food is decently priced. You get big behind portions. What more could you want, honestly? Now, if it's a preference thing, like, oh, I just don't really like the food there. I mean, they have everything at Cheesecake Factory, so there's something you'll like. But say for like Applebee's or some crap like that, if you just don't like the food, tell the person beforehand so that they know. Don't be like, don't ever take any girl to these places because it's like, that's your opinion. What I want, what he wants, what she wants, it's going to be completely different. It's a preference thing. So if that's not where you want to be taken, let that be known, but don't be disrespectful with it because then it makes you look like you look entitled. Because if you, on the real, you probably take yourself to Cheesecake Factory, so why can't I?
Well, for me, like, I do have a girlfriend, so she don't always like have a preference. Like she said, I told her one day, I'm like, whatever restaurant you want to go to, we'll go to. Like she said, like seafood, like get seafood. So I said that's cool. We can do that. I mean, you know, and she even said I even said Five Guys, and she agreed. But it's some females out there that are technically expensive, so they're like Cheesecake Factory or some other restaurants from different like cities. I guess wherever they was raised and born from. I guess so they like expensive, fancy restaurants. And some people, you know, don't want to be spending all their money, and you know what I'm saying. They trying to keep their money saved, and you know, trying to grow, and you know, trying to keep their money where it's at. But if I have a car and she's in my car and I'm the one who's driving and I want to like pick a place that I want to eat at and she doesn't want to eat there, then I'm just gonna go by myself. Because it's no point. It's no point of me arguing with you because a place that you don't want to go to.
You know what? You know what? You know what?
I don't know if y'all. I don't know if y'all have seen the video where it's this man, and I don't know if it's real or if they were just trolling. But it's this man, and he looks like he's like Latino or something, and it's this black woman. And she's in the car, and he pulls up the thing to like Cheesecake Factory, and she pulls out her camera, and she's like, "Oh, this man took me to Cheesecake Factory. Like I would never." And he's like, "You were literally 2 hours late. I literally was downstairs waiting for you for 2 hours while you were getting ready. So you don't get all the craziness." And Cheesecake Factory, once again, it's a nice restaurant. I don't know
Yeah,
why
see
anybody
at the
complains.
at the point of you being 2 hours late, I would have just turned my ass around.
That's what everybody in the comments was saying. And I was thinking the same thing. Like, you have at the most 10 minutes. And that's being pretty generous. Some people won't even give you 5. So me giving you 10, you better be ready.
Exactly.
Better be.
My whole thing is because I've seen a TikTok video of this woman addressing with her son talking about this. I feel like personally you shouldn't be. It's a first date, you know. You should be trying to get to know the
To
person.
know the person, so why are we going to this crazy hyper expensive restaurant where we can't really talk? We need to be respectful. Like, no, bro, let's go to Cheesecake Factory and have a good time.
Exactly. Like we're getting to know one another,
Mhm.
and I feel like I'm just now getting to know you, and you're trying to get me to do stuff that your daddy should have been doing.
Bro, you trying to make me drop my rent on you in one night? Crazy.
Like, number one, I'm a whole grown man. I got my own bills to pay: lights, water, rent, car note, and all my other, entertainment accessories. Why should I waste my time on somebody that that I that I barely even know? That I barely even know. Hell, I haven't even spent a night with you, and you're like pay my hair and nails. Like
Bro, if you're already demanding for so much.
I don't know you. And the other thing is, I feel like me on a personal level, I feel like me personally, I feel like there's a lot of people out here that haven't been to Cheesecake Factory. I haven't been to Cheesecake Factory. I would have loved it if a woman. Yes, I haven't been to Cheesecake Factory.
I'm gonna take you. It's not gonna be a date. But I'm gonna take you. I'm gonna take you.
I haven't been to Chick-fil-A either, so
Chick-fil-A.
You ain't
no.
never had Chick-fil-A. We gotta get you some Chick-fil-A.
You know what? I think I know what we're gonna get for lunch. Anywho,
We can Chick-fil-A.
but I haven't been to Cheesecake Factory. So for me, I feel like the one good way you can get into my heart is if you were to be like, "Hey, let's go somewhere that you've never gone before. Where haven't you gone before?" I feel like instead I feel like maybe you can put in a little effort. Maybe do something for me instead of me having to bend and break my way onto you, cuz at that point I'm just doing all of this for you to like maybe do what? Sleep with me and then complain that, oh, he was only 10 minutes.
No, 10 minutes is a long time.
10 you don't
I'm sorry, y'all. 10 minutes is a good amount. Most women prefer only like 6 minutes anyway. So 10 minutes is crazy.
like listen. I don't know how much ography you've been seeing, but number one, no, number one, and this is coming from a guy's standpoint, and I'm very insecure about my size. Average women's probably gonna get about what this right about that. That's number one. Number two, after about 5 6 minutes of me going in, I'm gonna be tired at some point.
Sex is exercise. That's what they say.
Yeah, you really need to lose weight from doing that crap, bro. But who's gonna be going for an hour? Like,
She talking about round 3? Hell no.
no, maybe it's because y'all in a straight relationship. But I'm sorry, lesbian. No, we be going all night. Most of us. It's not for everybody. It's really not for everybody.
You
But
can really go all night though. That's the thing.
I've met people. I've genuinely met people.
Okay, maybe the grown folks, but like,
Maybe the girl folk. But no, it's people out there. Like, but I feel like for like straight couples, like it's people out there who probably could, as long as they get breaks and intermissions, they probably
yeah,
could.
that's probably the only way I could see us going all
But
night.
to go full stead straight through the whole night, absolutely, it's just not. It's not realistic. This isn't, a video. This is real life. Like, let's be real for ourselves. Be real.
Exactly. That really brings me into another thing that's gone wrong with the dating world. Everybody just wants to screw the screw. Nobody really knows how to make love anymore. Like,
And a lot of people just don't know how to do it in general. Like, they're bad at it. I'm not gonna put gender on that. There's some women are like, I'm talking about like lesbian couples right now. There's some women who just don't know what to do. And even in straight relationships, like if it's a woman's first time, or maybe she's been with a guy who just didn't know what to do, so now she doesn't know what to do. It's a cycle. But you should educate yourself. Get sex education. Be smart. Like, it's not that difficult. Why are people so like stigmatizing, like, oh, sex education is so bad? In school, I wouldn't be teaching 3-year-olds where to put it, of course. But I mean, like, when you're 18, 19, 20, and you want to put yourself out, learn about it.
No, cause see, at that point, if you're teaching 3-year-olds, you a pedophile at that point.
No, that.
But yeah, I definitely feel what you're saying, and I also feeling the salt a little bit. Don't worry.
I wasn't coming from y'all specifically. I'm just saying there's some people out there who just don't know what to do.
My point is like when you have a female or something and both of y'all dating, and when y'all in a relationship and you're trying to tell her that you a virgin, but you're scared to tell her that you're a virgin. So it could be a way that she could be a virgin, because I guess some people know people are virgin because of the way they act or something like stuff like that. Because I know when people are not a virgin, and I know what people that are. People that are a virgin, they be freaky as hell, and they be resistant and doing a lot of things. And you be like, I don't know all about this. Like, what I'm supposed to do? And then they just out here trying to like teach you and all that kind of stuff like that. And I know when a girl is really freaky when she, doing too much. Because virgin people be nervous as hell. Because I was one of them.
At least you can be honest about it.
Well, my thing is, I'm not a virgin, but it
Not
has.
we grown.
It has been quite a while. It has been quite a while. I think the last time I ever really got play, I think it was from when it was my first time with a dude per se, and that was when I was just trying to see what kind of dudes I was actually into, because I like everybody, being bi and everything.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like, but regardless of who you like or whatever, I feel like if you know your partner is inexperienced, you shouldn't be shaming them. You should want to guide them. You should want to tell them, tell them what I like, or tell them what I like, or what you want them to do. Mm-hmm. You shouldn't be like, I don't know, you figure it out for yourself.
Yeah. And even if they are or are not a virgin, when you're doing the do, be communicative. Ask, is this okay? Is this not okay? Does this feel good? Like, don't just sit there like a wet log. Go at it for 5 minutes and be like, well, we both had fun. It's like, nigga, we didn't even say anything to each other. I don't even know your name. But it's like, yeah,
exactly.
I have a question, right?
Okay.
So you ask your girlfriend or something, and because it's like a guy and a girl. So I had asked this question before. So some girls say, I asked her, like, do you have a plan B? Because if you're a guy, you might want to do like without a condom or something like that. and that's just mainly your girlfriend, and you ask her like, do you have a plan B or something like that? You know, like be on birth control basically. That's what I'm saying. So they describe it like, why I need to get on birth control for what? Because like, I mean, I might need birth control unless you don't know how to pull out. And I'm like, oh, okay, I guess. But I was just asking, like, do you want to be on that? I didn't say you had to be, because
Yeah,
like
it's
some
not-
females, you know,
I feel like honestly, birth control is something that y'all should come together and talk about. But I honestly should also say, if you're not in the financial situation to be going Monday Night Raw, don't bop at all.
So while we're on the conversation of like contraceptives, birth control, and all that, I think a lot of men forget, because I'm a woman. A lot of men forget that birth control is actually, it can be pretty dangerous for women. Sometimes it doesn't even work. Like you'll be taking it for years, and you'll get a baby. Like my mom, she was on birth control, and she thought she was okay. She gets 2 kids, so it's like it's not 100% effective. It's not going to work for everybody. It's just not. And it can be very damaging, actually. And sometimes these women get like these implants that are supposed to help them, like, so you don't have a child. If you get pregnant with that implant, that could kill you. So it's a lot of things to think about, which I agree with. Like, if you're with someone and y'all are in a serious relationship, you should definitely talk about it. And I think men should definitely think about getting vasectomies. If you don't want a child, or you don't want to be in a predicament where you might have a child, get a vasectomy. In most cases, it's reversible. For us, if we die, you can't reverse that shit. Like you're dead.
Well, here's the thing. Like me, like here's the thing with the whole vasectomy thing. With the whole vasectomy thing, it it's a lot. It's a lot of it. That stuff costs a lot of that stuff costs a lot of money. So I feel like for a lot of the gentlemen out there, if I can give you any advice, I don't care how good it feels with no shield on, you gonna put that damn condom on. Like you
I
gonna
have,
put that damn condom on, cause like I feel like personally with everything going on and everybody just going around town and doing stuff with everybody, you should want to protect yourself. You don't know who has an STD. You don't know who could and could not have an STD. You
Like
could.
a baby, like your own health, bro.
my point about that actually, because I actually, when I was dating somebody, I really am dating somebody. So I asked her, right? It's about, asked about their body count, like how many people you did it with. Because if you did it with somebody or something, I still gotta, have my safety and trying to ask like, would you get tested? So maybe one day we can actually do it or something like that.
Yeah, like
Get
definitely.
tested. Cause like I ain't gonna be sticking my dick in you. You had like 5, 6 bodies. Like, I ain't trying to catch nothing.
I feel that.
For sure,
I
agree.
definitely feel that. But yeah, no, fellas, if fellas out there that's watching this, man, listen. It I you can She can say she's clean, but words can only paint put so much paint on a picture. Keep yourself protected. Keep yourself protected. Stay wrapped up.
Also, while he was talking about getting tested, get tested. Get tested. If you're actively, out there doing whatever you do and out there in the world, get tested. There's nothing wrong with getting tested, because it's better for you to know now, so maybe you have a chance of fixing it than figuring out later and having something that you can't get rid of. Because once you get something you can't get rid of, you stuck with that for life. And I mean, there are measures out there, like for people who do have like HIV and AIDS. There's stuff you can take out there so that it's not transmittable, so you don't give it to anyone. But you're not gonna know about it unless you go get tested and you know if you have it or not. So be smart, get tested, use protection, do what you gotta do. Don't be stupid.
And if y'all are ever gonna go in raw, and anything happens to where y'all end up having a baby, here's my thing. If I end up getting with a woman, we have a baby. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. I'm the father. Now, unless you know the child's not yours and she's been around with other people and it's just out of nowhere, then obviously you start asking questions. But for my sake, I would say to the guy, I would say to the guys, if you're gonna be raw with someone, be if you're gonna go raw with someone that's actually not gonna that's actually gonna be like, you know what, we have a kid, I don't want to abort it, and I don't want to abort it or anything. Let's just get, let's get, I I strongly feel like we can either take care of it or adopt it.
For sure.
For me, like if I did had a kid or something like that, you know what I'm saying, I wouldn't just like, be all weird about it and like I don't care and disappear. But I wasn't, able to disappear. And just like most guys out there like have kids and your kids out here about fatherless and don't have a father or nothing because you decided to disappear, then now it's not your kid. But then the DNA test come in and say it is your kid. Especially if the kid looks like you, you should know the kid looks like you and it's your kid. So don't deny it.
Fellas, please be careful who you go. Please be careful who you go into, who you put it into, because some of them will purposely try to get themselves pregnant just to trap you.
Baby trapping. Yep. They be baby trapping. That's real.
A lot of these women do be baby trapping out here.
Yeah. But my thing is like, definitely be careful who you sleep with. Like, even before you even get to that point, be careful who you date in general. You could be out here, definitely for y'all who be online dating and meeting up with people you don't really know after 2 texts talking about let's meet up. You stupid. You stupid. I don't care what nobody say. Like, oh, I'm gonna be safe. I got my pepper spray. F that pepper spray. Because if a grown 6'5", 5'4", 300-pound man come for you, he coming for you. So you gotta be careful. Because there's murderers out here. There's psychopaths out here. There's people who don't give a dang about your well-being. So if you happen to meet up with somebody and you get pregnant and you're left alone and then you're over here going through an existential crisis, don't know what to do, that's on you. It is on you. But be smart about it.
And from my younger audience that's out there listening to this, that do play with people online, no, you don't. I don't care how much you play with them online or you talk to them online, you don't really know them.
No, 100% not.
You don't really know them, because they could be all like, oh yeah, I'm your age or nothing or something like that. Then they come out with a whole beard talking like drop your pants, and then what are you gonna do?
Right.
And yeah, when you on like Instagram or like all these social media, like if you see a account or something, it has a girl name and girl picture, especially if it look like a model or somebody on it. What gives you the rights to think that that's actually what the person really looks like that's talking? It could be a guy, it could be an old woman. Old women out here they be cougars and nags. So, but like, it could be a little boy talking to you.
All right, it could be anybody. And that's another thing. I'm glad you brought up, because a lot of times these kids be out here like catfishing people for like the fun of it and like sending stuff, and then they have you sending your news and stuff. If you get caught up in that and you find out it's a child and you accidentally sent them something that you wasn't supposed to, you can go to jail for that. That's child. That's child. Pornography. Like, you gotta be careful, man. You got to be careful.
Yeah, and especially with this generation now, I feel like we're in a generation of very fast females. A lot of these females be super fast. I see that look on your face. I know I know you have a counter argument. I already know you got a counter
This
argument.
mic. Okay. Yes, there are fast females. There are fast females everywhere. There's some in China, Zimbabwe, they everywhere. I don't disagree with that fact. But to say we are like the fastest generation, I feel like it's a little wild. Because let's go back to the 80s. We had, women of the night. We had the strippers. We had the escorts. We had people who were fast at very young ages. I don't think it's a generational thing. I think we're just more aware of it because of social media. They didn't have social media, so it's like you only see the fast girls that's in your neighborhood and around you. But now we see the fast girls everywhere. If I want to see a fast girl from China, I can go on Instagram and find a fast girl from China.
I mean, yeah, this is true. I mean, it don't. it feels like a lot of females do. It feels like a lot of them on Instagram and TikTok do be thirst trapping.
They very much do, because that's how they get the followers and the likes.
And you gotta be careful, like, with people you talking to, like.
In general.
Like, I seen this one thing, and this dude was talking to a female on Snapchat for 3 years, and obviously it came out to tell the truth. It was a guy, so he thought the girl that he was talking to name was Jennifer or whatever, and it was a guy. He talking about somebody love you. Okay, this what made the funny part. This nigga met the girl at the restaurant, but guess what? The girl didn't show up. She wasn't even there. So he obviously ate food by himself, and the girl didn't show up. That gives you the point. The person ain't real.
Right.
Like,
They don't meet you up the very first time, and you don't see them. You give it up. Like, it's a red flag right from the jump.
Yeah, that definite red flag. Also, my thing is, if you're gonna talk to someone, don't be afraid to ask how old they are, because a lot of people do be lying about their age.
Always ask for their age. And even though some people do ask, and some people will lie. So do your due diligence. Ask, but also be a little wary of what people telling you. Definitely if they look younger. But a lot of times these 14-year-olds be looking older than me, and I'm 19. So you just gotta do your due diligence. Be careful. Ask around if you can, and just make sure you're dating someone of legal age, because we don't want nobody getting locked up.
Exactly.
yeah, you gotta be really careful out here, because people be scamming you. They be sending you money. It could be your own family. They could take a picture. They can hack accounts, and they can scam other people and take your money from you. So, and why would y'all just send $20 or $30? I would have asked that person, like, who are you, and are you really this? You know, this is you, or something like that. Because
Call me or something, 'cause I can hear your voice.
Yeah, I gotta know if you like real with me or something. Because I hear when people have their account pages talking about some, I'm a real estate. I will give you money. I'll give you 1,000, 2,000, and I'll be like, no, I just show you some fake.
But that
Yeah.
that shit is fake.
Yeah.
All right, but yeah, that's all the time we got for today, y'all. So let me go ahead and first I'll say I appreciate y'all having. Y'all got anything y'all want to say to the people?
All right. Well, let me say something to you first. I appreciate you, letting us onto your little podcast. 'Cause, I've been a guest on here before, way back in the way. So I was really excited for this. It's like it's been so long, but so I just want to say thank you for allowing me to be on here and share this moment with you guys. And for the fans out there, like we appreciate you as well. Like taking your time out of your day to watch us talk about pretty much anything at this point. And we really appreciate it. So good looking out. We appreciate you. Love you, mom. Yeah.
Yeah, I really appreciate you, letting me be in your podcast. This is my first time, and I hope you guys understood what we were saying earlier about everything that we talked about in this video, and I hope you guys, stay careful, stay safe, and just stay away from trouble. And I hope you guys, go listen to my album coming this Friday. So I gotta remind y'all. Because hey, it's gonna be a banger, right? It's gonna be a banger.
I've been listening to the tracks. They're good. They're good.
And you know what? Since we talking about upcoming projects and stuff, and since I'm still unsure of if I'm even gonna be releasing here or not, I can let y'all know, as of right now, I can let y'all know that I am going to be working on a lot of heartfelt stuff in 2024. My first more so heartfelt project that I'm going to be working on as a personal project, Too Broken to Care.
Yes.
Too Broken
Let's
to Care
go.
will be a personal project of mine. I'll have some songs from LG. I'll have some songs from 20K. I'll probably see if I can get some other artists like Danny 414, Big Frank, and all of them. But yeah, make sure y'all go keep a lookout for that, and definitely be ready for the cover release, because I'm gonna have that coming soon too. But anywho, we finna wrap it up. You already know what time it is. It's your boy Good Tracks,
It's your girl LG.
It's your boy 20K.
and we up out of here. Peace.